23 issues as per the report of the Auditor General.
And only one was resolved?
Yeah, and one was partially resolved.
1 out of 23. Governor Mutai used to be a teacher. What grade would you give a child who gets 1 out of 23? That is a fail.
Chair, I request I don't comment on that.
Because you don't want to describe yourself as an E student from the foregoing.
Chair, all the way from nursery to where I am, I've been a first-class student, and I want to not comment on this one.
Then you have met your Waterloo, which is the governorship of Kericho. So what is that one issue that has been resolved?
Thank you, Chair. The only issue resolved was on appointment of the Audit Committee. That is on report on effectiveness of internal controls and governance. That is paragraph. That's report on the effectiveness of internal control, risk management, and governance. Now, that is issue number 4. Yeah, and appointment. And the partial one is about internal audit, at issue number 3, where there was the issue of staffing, which still has not been resolved.
So in your view, those are the only issues that can be marked as addressed. Everything else, our recommendations have not been implemented.
Yes, Chair.
Now, members, because this is a follow-up on implementation, if at this point the governor has not implemented, then there are matters that we should just forward to the relevant agencies. For example, if there is unsupported expenditure, and to date that expenditure has not been supported, members, what kind of solution do we have? What can we prescribe beside asking the EACC to deal with the matters?
Chair.
If there are procurement irregularities, and we made recommendations, and those recommendations have not been implemented, what more can the Senate do beside asking investigative agencies to take up the matters? Senator Chararke, is there any other mitishamba we can apply?
No. Chair, even down here, KJJ. Chair, as a student now, when I was in class of law of evidence, when there is no documentation, it is as good as if there is no documentation. And therefore, Chair, if the supporting documents like travel allowances, among others, insurance, there is no supporting documents, Chair, I think in my own submissions, and we have argued at the Public Audit Act, and Governor is here, the OAG are here. By the time an audit comes out, it has gone a rigorous progress, Chair. There is entry meeting, exit meeting, management meeting, the draft letter, the draft report. There is also management meeting where all these issues has been risen. Even the governor appeared at some instances before this committee. We gave timelines for submission of further documentation, but it has not been availed. So when there is no documentation to fix or to explain, Chair, I recommend that the EACC should move with speed. Because even if cooking was to happen, it did not happen. So I recommend that the EACC should move with the speed, investigate, because when there is no documentation, it is as good as guilt, Chair. Because that's how you alleviate. And Chair, looking at Article 229 of the Constitution, when Parliament considers a report, we give the second bite to the cherry to the governor or any entity appearing before us to try and tell us, since the insurance documentation was not there, it was there but it had been misplaced, then the matter would have been put under consideration before report writing. So, Chair, as I yield the mic back, I think we don't need to belabor, waste a lot of time. Let those matters be referred to EACC and other relevant investigative agencies to deal with the matter, and of course the consequences will follow suit. I yield back.
Can we pick one example so that it can demonstrate what we are struggling with? An example of unsupported expenditure, so that this can also be a learning exercise for the team that has come with the governor, because we don't want people to think that we are witch hunting by referring matters to EACC, but we'll refer them to EACC on the basis of the responses that have been given to us here. So, honorable members, unsupported domestic travel.
Item 2. Yes, number 2.
Number 2, or this other one?
Use this.
Actually, perhaps an easier one is insurance. Yeah.
Even this one is easier, Chair.
The one for foreign travel
Yeah, the one for foreign travel
and subsistence.
and subsistence
yeah,
is fairly straightforward, Chair,
it's fairly
because
straightforward.
this is something that is alleged to have happened. And a very simple thing. How you earn subsistent allowance is you're traveling for official duty. And that figure is quite astounding. 775,425,914. The amount includes foreign travels and subsistence totaling 15,598,000 as disclosed in Note 4 to the financial statement. These even include components, payment amounting to 5.7 million paid to individuals for foreign travel, which were not supported by boarding passes or copies of passports and back to office reports. I mean, this is such a simple and straightforward matter. I don't know why the county will struggle to provide such. And Chairperson, given that you have provided sufficient time to county to provide and they haven't, because the report fingers actually individuals. There are people who are said to have received the money, but there is no evidence that they ever left their station of duty. That's where you need to start. Follow the trail.
Thank you, Leader. I think this is a very good example where we had made recommendations for administrative action and recommendations for investigations. So it could be a very good case study of how to deal with the other issues. Senator Omoge.
Yeah, Chair. The other offense may be on some officers, but there was a specific recommendation that the governor takes administrative action against the officers that were involved. Has he taken any action against those officers? And how long does it take for him to take action? If 775 million is unaccounted for, he was here in March, we asked him to take administrative action. Why hasn't he taken that action?
Very good. So we are going to put that to the governor. Vice Chair, you wanted to raise something on that?
No, I think the governor.
Doubt. Maybe the auditor will read the finding so that it is someone does not think that the senator from Kericho is the one who came up with it. So read your finding. The clerk will read our recommendation, and then the governor will tell us what he has done to implement that recommendation. Because the way we deal with this will affect how we deal with others. And I've seen the manner in which he has responded to this is similar to the rest of the issues. It lacks the substance that accounts for the money. It has a story that corrects in future, but not one that ensures that that money is accounted for. So let's do this properly. Auditor, you read what you found. Clerk of the Senate, you read what we recommended. Governor, you respond. And then we shall see whether your response is satisfactory.
Thank you, Chair. Unsupported foreign travel and subsistence. The statement of receipts and payments reflects use of goods and services amounting to 775,425,914. The amount includes foreign travel and subsistence totaling 15,598,720 as disclosed in Note 4 to the financial statements. This component includes payments amounting to 5,706,604 paid to individuals for foreign travel which were not supported by boarding passes or copies of passports, and back to office reports. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of the expenditure of 5.7 million could not be confirmed. Thank you, Chair.
Clerk, what did the House recommend?
The committee recommended
From the observation?
the committee observed that the county executive did not provide the documents to the Auditor General during the audit process. The committee further observed that the county executive did not provide evidence to support foreign travel and subsistence payment voucher amount to 687,860.
Recommendation?
The committee recommends that the county governor undertakes administrative action against officers who failed to provide documents to the Auditor General during the audit process in accordance with Section 156 of the Public Finance Management Act and provide a status report to the Auditor General within 60 days of the adoption of this report. The second recommendation is that the Director of Criminal Investigations investigates the unsupported expenditure of 687,860 on foreign travel, and where criminality is established, refer the matter to the Director of Public Prosecutions for prosecution. The committee further recommends that the Auditor General audits the unsupported expenditure of 687,860 on foreign travel in the subsequent audit cycle.
Governor, what action did you take?
Honorable Chair, just maybe, sorry I'm taking you back because I've been listening keenly. In the last appearance that you came here even as a response chair, it was indicated that 7 issues were resolved and 7 issues were partially resolved, making 14 when we appeared here. Today, the narrative is shifting, Chair, that only 1 issue was resolved. But since I don't want to go there, Chair, let me just respond to...
Yeah, please just come to this...
let me just go because...
Just go to this.
Let me just go to this because it's getting a bit confusing every minute. Now, the county government, Honorable Chairman, the county government acknowledges the committee's observations and recommendations regarding the unsupported foreign travel and subsistence expenditure amounted to Kenya shillings 5,786,604 and appreciates the committee's continued guidance in strengthening accountability and governance in public financial management. The county executive notes that during the audit period, certain supporting documents, specifically boarding passes, passport copies, and back to office reports were not fully availed to the Office of the Auditor General due to delays in document retrieval from the respective departments. However, management has since taken corrective measures to ensure that all travel-related documentations is properly maintained and verified prior to payment and audit review. To address the committee's concerns and implement lasting corrective action, the following measures have been put in place. Number 1, implementation of the standard operating procedure SOPs on foreign travel and subsistence. The county government has developed and implemented comprehensive standard operating procedure SOPs governing authorization, documentations, and accounting for both local and foreign travel. The SOPs stipulate that no travel-related payment or surrender will be processed without complete supporting documents, including travel approvals, invitation letters, air tickets, boarding passes, and back to office reports.
Governor, sorry, just to allow us to move fast,
yes,
we could say we adopt your response, and unless you want to read to the end.
Not Chair, under your guidance, Chair.
So we could adopt your response.
Yes, Chair.
And then now just put it directly to you.
Yes, Chair.
This 687,000 that was cited, what have you done about it to ensure that there is accountability for it? Because it appears from our recommendation that of the 5.7 million, there was accountability save for 687,000. Where is that money? Where is it in your response here?
Chair, I follow your line of thought, and we didn't respond very well. My understanding at that time of what the senators recommended was administrative action as we move to the future.
But so you agree with us that this matter is a matter that should be investigated and prosecuted?
Maybe, Chair,
600,000.
Because
if you agree, then we just concur and change this from DCI to ESCC, and we move to the next matter.
No, Chair, we have all the documentations that were supposed to be given out, and there's just delays from the departments, and we gave the response thinking that what the committee required from us was administrative action for the future.
No, Governor, you accounted for the 5.7 from this report,
Yes, Chairman.
but there was 687,000 that was remaining. So the figure is no longer 700 million. It is no longer 5.7 million. It is 600,000.
Yeah, the revenue officers have already submitted the documents for the same chair, and
Where is that in this response that you brought to us today?
maybe it was an oversight of the team which was preparing this.
Maybe my colleagues have seen it, Vice Chair.
Yeah, Chair, my reading of this query and the observation of the committee is that during the time of audit, the documents were not provided. But later on, after the audit, these documents must have been provided, and that's why, as a committee, we made a finding that the infraction is late provision of documents. And that's why we recommended that there should be administrative action against the officers who did not provide documents in time. If that is the thing, Chair, then we must also say, is capacity building and, implementing a standard operating procedure adequate administrative action to make sure that this doesn't repeat itself? Yes, that's what I would be looking at. But I think during the time of audit, the documents were not there. But later on, when they were requested by the auditors, they came. That is when we wrote.
Not fully. It was 687,000 less.
During the time of audit.
No, subsequent.
Subsequently.
When they were brought before us. So there are two elements: administrative action to prevent recurrence, but also the 687,000. And if you agree with us that you could not explain it, then let's just leave it to ESCC.
Honorable Chair, let me ask
they have the means of recovering that.
Let me ask the accountant to the director accounts to respond to that, Chair.
Chair, can I?
Senator Chirake first.
Chair, in the response of the governor, he agrees with the findings. And in fact, in paragraph 2, talking about certain supporting documents, and he agrees that there was a delay. But instead of saying provision has been made for these documents, he goes ahead, says there are corrective measures. I thought in accounts, you answer with accounting, not the literature. So, Chair, the question should be, where are these, apart from, when we travel, even us, even when you travel, Chair, you come and surrender, then you are paid. I thought that is the SOP that is with government in everywhere. So the question is, the governor should tell us where are these passports, boarding passes, these are things you can